It's one of those mornings already. All right, too bad this is not a barrel, because, ooh. God, it smells so good. Okay, so coffee in hand. Let's sit down, have a chat. I actually drank half of it by the time I got in here. Hey guys, it's Carlos here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. All right, so in today's video, I figure we'll do another sit down, chat with me, chat with you, see how everything is going, drink a little bit of, well, almost all of it, some coffee, play around with this eyeshadow palette that I've had some time. I'm sure it's still good. This is the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the mothership. I can never identify those numbers up here. Anyways, the Divine Rose Palette 2. And see if it really is still holds up to the value, because I believe, don't quote me, I think this is about like 120 bucks or something like that roughly. Not gonna lie, that's pretty steep for an eyeshadow palette. So let's just take a look at that, kind of analyze the whole situation, if it actually is worth the 120. Anyways, you guys, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So if that seems like right up your alley, then keep on watching. But if you are new to my channel, and before you go, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well, so anytime I upload a new video, you automatically get the notifications. And plus, we're so close to 10Ks subscribers. I know, so dramatic. Anyways, guys, but no, seriously, I would greatly appreciate it. While you're here, go ahead and join our YouTube channel family. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, you guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start getting into some makeup, play around, and see what we create, and kind of really figure out if the 120... Luckily, I won this in the giveaway, so I'd have to spend 120 on this. I'll be real crazy. All right, you guys, I'm like looking in the external monitor right here. Hopefully the lighting's okay, because, yeah. Anyways, like, I need to, like, my grays are coming through. Like, seriously, the stress of it all. The stress of the kids, the stress of school. Not for me, but for the kids, you know. You get what I'm trying to say. You know, when you're a parent, you get calls sometimes from the school, like, so-and-so isn't behaving, so-and-so is behind on their grades, so-and-so is, like... Anyways, all right, so how are you guys doing? Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to re-review this eyeshadow palette. I don't feel $120 is practical for an eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to lie. But as I was sitting down, going through this eyeshadow palette, right, I'm like, Carlos, is it really worth the $120? And I'm not going to lie, actually it is. Now, I'm not going to say is the quality of the performance of the product, is it worth it? No, but when you really think about it, you're paying for really everything within the packaging. You're paying for this unit, because this isn't like a standard carton, like what do they call it, like it's something that they use in the industry where they just kind of repurpose a product and they put like a label on it and you call it a day, right? This is all custom, like everything, the weight of it, even the mirror inside of the palette is custom, everything. So I can understand where the $120 would be, especially if Pat McGrath, the company, would have to, let's say, take a hit in terms of cost, because they have to have, I think they have to pay a certain amount of money for their product to be within a particular store and X, Y, and Z. So it does cost money for them to produce. So I'm sure they didn't make a big amount of money, because as I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, they really could get away with a little bit more. And would the price justify it? I think it could. I just wouldn't spend, honestly, $120 like that on a palette all the time. Like, do they have Groupon? Like, no. Anyways, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. I need to do my eyebrows. I have not done my eyebrows, so I'm going to try something different today. I've used this in a recent tutorial and review. This is a Wet n Wild Brow Civi. I'm not sure, but this is pretty much like kind of like a pencil. And if you know, I like to use the NYX Professional Lift and Snatch eyebrow pen. But I figured I would try this out. I do remember using this and I did like it, but I do need to sharpen this. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead, start the eyebrows, and then we'll see where this takes us. So how is the weather by you guys? It's finally starting to get nice but where we're at. So some of you guys may know or may not know, but I live in Wisconsin, and we've like this winter we actually got hit pretty like hard in terms of, well, a lot of places did, in terms of like the temperature. We got hit with a lot of snow, and the snow and the temperatures, right, I think today is going to be almost in the 50s. Almost in the 50s. I'm about to go outside in some shorts and flip-flops, don't judge me, and the snow is starting to melt. So I'm like, oh, the spring is in the air, which that isn't the case. If you live in Illinois, Minnesota, or Michigan and Wisconsin, you know our weathers are very finicky in terms of like how it performs. And like some days it's really nice, the next day all of a sudden you have a snowstorm. It is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm trying to create, I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to create, to be completely honest. I just want to have some a little bit of a definition, but not as large of eyebrows I typically create for myself personally. So sometimes when I'm recording a video, so I'll have music playing, but obviously you can't hear the music because I have to either edit it out, obviously for like legal reasons, right? But just in case, I like, if you want to know exactly, I listen to every style type of music. So right now I'm listening to the soundtrack to The Last Dragon, and like some days like I miss listening to like 80s style music and 90s style music. I feel like today's music, it just, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't float my boat. You know what I mean? So let me see if I can play just like a little piece and I don't get in trouble from YouTube. Hold on. Like, okay, I better stop right there. Anyways, but that is the, from Vanity, you know, like the actress in the movie from, she was like a protege of Prince, and then they had created, well, Prince had created the band Vanity 6. Then she left, and then she took the name Vanity with her. But anyways, the song on here is called Seventh Heaven. So I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Leave a comment below. Like, is it just me? I'm not that old, but it's like, if I don't know how long was this ago. I don't remember how old this movie is. But anyways, I just thought I would just share that with you. Okay, I better stop before YouTube demonetizes my video. Okay, so I got eyebrows done, a little bit different from what I normally do. What do you guys think? Not too bad actually, right? Okay, this one feels a little bit thicker, but whatever. Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and prime my eyelids. As always, I use the Thank Me Later, just in case you want to see what it looks like. That is the Thank Me Later by Elizabeth Mott. And of course, as I mentioned in prior videos, you could either leave the primer a little bit tacky, but I prefer using a loose face translucent powder. And I like to apply that directly on the actual eyelids where I apply the primer. And this is the reason why, I should say, is because I don't like where the primer, like when you put the eyeshadow on, it like sometimes it sticks and then it becomes really difficult to budge out. I find that using a loose like translucent powder, it actually helps prevent that from occurring. Okay, so I got my eyelids primed. Now I don't have a rhyme and reason when I create looks. I kind of have an idea of like visually what I want to create, but in terms of like the colors, no clue. But I want to use this shadow right here. It's more of a matte shade, where the accent come from. This is more of a matte shade, not more of the metallic sides. So what I'm going to do is take this shadow and I'm going to apply it a little bit on the outer corner and then in the corner of the eye and like buff it inward, or I should say outward. So let me show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so I brought a little bit of the product obviously onto the brush itself, as always, duh. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit right here. And again, I'm just going to go back and forth until I get the intensity in terms of what I'm looking for. So what I want to do is just pack it on right here, bring it up, right? And then do it the same method in the inner corner of my eye. Then I'm going to go in with a cleaner brush and then buff it upward. Okay, you guys, so I better stop before YouTube, like. Anyways, so, okay, so the next shade I'm going to go into, I laugh at myself sometimes. Anyways, so, which you should, right? All right, I'm going to go into this shadow right here. I don't even know if I'm sure they have names. I just, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to use, because I really want this to be bright up here, right below the brow bone, you know, the eyebrow. Yeah, I had to think what I just said. Anyway, so I'll apply a little bit on here, obviously on the brush, and I'm just going to like dab it on there and lightly buff it out because I really want that to like shine a little bit. Let me just take a little bit off, just being sorry. All right, so let's just take a look. I want to bring it here. And then I'm going to add another lighter shade, I think, in the inner corner of the eyes. But let's just see how this looks. All right, let's just dab it down, right? Get a clean brush, and then buff it out. Okay, it's there, right? I hear in the back, I hear someone in the creek probably trimming down a tree or something, because after our last storm, there's a lot of trees in the back creek area that are like tipped over. Anyways, sorry, squirrel moment. I heard something like, what is that? Anyways, all right, so far it looks okay. Yeah, we'll keep playing with it. Okay, so I got that buffed out. So right in the inner corner, or not inner corner, in the middle of the eye where you see most of like no shadow, I'm going to use this chromatic shade that's right here. It changes colors, obviously. Hopefully it picks up. Anyways, so I'm just going to use a flat brush. I don't know how well this is going to perform. Sometimes some people suggest that you use your finger. You could use a brush. It's just not going to be as pigmented. Or you can use a little bit of setting spray on top of the brush where the product sticks on, and it gives you more of a definition. But let's just see how this performs just with the brush alone. Oh, okay. This is actually really pretty. Let's keep going here. Okay, if I need be, if I want more, oh, wait. Let's try it with a setting spray. We'll wet this and let's give it a go. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, so I got that wet. I don't like using it too much because I don't want to ruin, must be my cell phone. Oh, something I bought. I just don't want to use a waste or ruin the eyeshadow when I do that. But anyways, sorry about that. All right, let's take a look and see here. Oh, do you see that? Okay, I see you. All right, so now I'm just going to take the regular brush I was using to blend everything out, and I'm going to blend these two shades together very lightly. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm really liking how this is coming out. All right, is this the package? Yes, it is. It was something I had ordered from an indie makeup brand. I can't wait to actually test it out. Do an unboxing. It's from an indie brand called Vampire Cosmetics. I don't know how, but they just popped up on my Instagram feed. And I'm like, what is this? This is interesting. So I ended up purchasing a few products from their website. So that was my notification that it's been shipped. Can't wait to get it. Okay, so now what I want to do is bring a little bit of the first shadow that I end up using, this one right here, and bring it down to the waterline area to kind of like give that smoky eye appearance. All right, let's just try this a very little bit because there really is actually some good pigment here. Okay, let's just bring some of this product inward. All right, wow, this is actually really subtle and really nice. Okay, you guys, so I got both eyelids already prepped, done. Now, I definitely want some definition on the bottom waterline area. So I'm going to go into this, it's a dual-ended, I believe it's a gel eyeliner. Don't quote me, and I honestly cannot find the name of the brand. But I'm going to go into this shade right here. I think it's going to play off really nicely with some of the green that's already in there, especially when you change or move your eyes. You can see a little bit of that green. So let me go ahead, apply that directly on the bottom waterline area. So since I'm at it, let me go ahead and apply some foundation, but I'm actually going in with the primer right now. So I'm going to use the NYX Professional Plump Right Back. So I'm going to apply this all over my face. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry down a little bit. So while that's drying down, the next product I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator, is that what I call? I don't know, but this is pretty much like a tinted moisturizer foundation. Now, it isn't full coverage, it's more of a medium light to coverage. Now, if you are curious in terms of the shade that I end up purchasing, this is the medium tan. I did do a review on this particular product not too long ago, and I actually did like it a lot. Now, normally I would use a makeup sponge or primarily my hand, too much to apply the foundation, especially when it's a liquid product, onto my face. I like using the hands more just because, or the fingertips, because it actually melts into your skin a lot more easier because your hands do warm up the product. So clearly I put a little too much on here. So let's make it work. So let's go ahead and blot it around. Okay, so I did notice the first time when I used it, not this time, but the first time when I used it, it did go off a little bit too tan for my skin tone, which is perfectly fine because actually when the product starts to dry down and settle, it does oxidize a little bit. So it does blend into your skin pretty nicely. Of course, you want to bring some of the product a little bit up here as well. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is because I need to add a little bit of color to my skin. So I also purchased this not too long ago, actually, well, I'll say a while ago. Another recent review that I did on this particular product, this is the Wet n Wild Dual Ended Contour Stick. So of course you got, when it says dual ended, you got more of the concealer, and then the other side is more of like the contour. So concealer and contour, I actually do like the formula of this particular product. Now I'm just going to blend all the products together so there's a seamless overall look. Okay, so I got that all blended out together. So now I want to add some more color. So I'm going to add a little bit of blush. I did recently review this Hank & Henry. It is pretty much like a dual product. It is a blush that you can use on obviously your cheeks, your lips, and create an eyeshadow look with it as well. Now the shadow, I should say the color I'm going to be using is Senora. I actually really like this shade a lot. So I'm going to use this actually for my lips. I'm going to use a lip liner as well and then apply it directly to my eye, or not my eyelids, my cheekbone area to have kind of like a uniform overall color. So I will say this right away, it does have some good payoff in terms of pigmentation. Okay, now to complete the overall look, I'm going to add some lip liner. I got this from a BoxyCharm shipment. I actually love this a lot. This is from the brand Context. I keep going back to this Desert Plains color shade. It's gorgeous. Now I'm going to go into that same product with the Hank & Henry and apply this product right directly on top of the lip liner that I just used. And of course, if you want to get rid of some of this dewiness, you can always go back to the same loosely translucent face powder and just apply a little bit on your face and then dust it off. And of course, go in with your favorite setting spray and call it a day. All right, you guys, so I brought you in a little bit closer and I also turned off one of the lights so you can see how well the shadows actually blended out together. Do you see that? So effortlessly. I love how it came out. Now, if you move I should say move my eyes, you can see that one particular shadow in the middle, how it just changes colors. Gorgeous. All right, you guys, so that completes my overall look. I hope you guys enjoy our conversation today. I hope you enjoy this overall tutorial. And what do you guys think? Again, this is the Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership Rose Divine 2 eyeshadow palette. I think this has been out maybe a good 3 years. I thought this was going to be a limited edition at that time, but clearly it's still around. And again, don't quote me. I believe it is still about $120. Every so often, you can actually catch it on sale. If you were going to pick this up, I would suggest doing so because it does blend really nicely. The shadows themselves are like butter, but catch it when it is on sale because $120, excuse me, it is a little bit on the pricey side. I'm not going to lie, but is it something that you can definitely like have in your collection? I think you could. You could create some really nice, decent looks. But of course, I love hearing your guys' thoughts and opinions. Definitely leave a comment below. And again, if you are new to my channel and if you haven't done so already and you haven't subscribed, what are you guys waiting for? Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well. So anytime I upload a new video, you automatically get the notifications, and give my video a thumbs up as well because I greatly appreciate it. And plus, again, if I haven't emphasized enough, we're almost at 10K. What? I greatly appreciate all of the love and support that you guys have given me over the 6 years I've been doing YouTube. Like I can't fathom, like almost 10,000 subscribers. That's such a huge milestone that I honestly never thought I would personally achieve. So for me, to you, thank you. But until then, as always, make sure to brush your teeth, wash your culo, and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video, and don't be a cochina. Take care. Bye now.